Good morning, citizens, and welcome back to the Verse. Specifically, good morning, potential new citizens. This is a video for anyone who wants to take part in the Free Fly event for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, or pretty much any Free Fly event that CIG holds. If you already have an account and you know what you're doing, this video might not be for you. I'm going to make it really quick and really simple. So if you would like to take part in the Free Fly event, all you need to do is make yourself an account, download the game, you're ready to go. You do not need to pay anything. You do not need to buy a package. All you need to do is just download and you can take part and play. You do have to sign up for it. The sign up will not happen until the start of the Free Fly event, which is in 1 day, 2 hours, and 45 minutes at the time of this recording. But this video is going to take a little while to get out, so it'll be less than 24 hours by the time you see this that you need to just sign up. However, if you don't do that in time, if the Free Fly event's already going on, as long as it's still going on, this is relevant. Once you make your account, make sure you use the link in the video below, or if you have a friend, they have a referral code. Make sure you use referral code. You can see I have a referral code up on the corner of my screen here. star.ghznlzl9. You need that referral code. You need the dashes in there when you put it in. If you do that, you will get a little bit of bonuses if you ever in the future buy the game. Also, it does help the person whose referral code you use with little things. I've got things like originally you start out with things like a pair of guns for a ship, and you get like an aquarium, you get like a PTV. Eventually, you might even be able to earn some ships. So it's kind of a cool thing. And if there's referral bonuses, you do get bonuses when you start playing the game. If you've used our referral code, can add it later. Definitely use that now. So that's the first thing you need to do. Then you come onto a screen similar to this one, but not the same as this one, because on this corner here, you're going to have a sign-up area. So once you're able to get into the Verse and play the game, you have to choose your initial starting location, and it will ask you if you want to take the tutorial. Honestly, I'm going to say for this expo, skip the tutorial. Do not use the tutorial, because the tutorial is going to bring you to a new home location. You don't get to choose yours, and that home location is going to be Area 18, which is a cool location. I actually really do like it, but it's a hard spaceport to find when you keep trying to return to your home, so I'd maybe skip that. You will have 4 choices, though. If you really want to start at Area 18, then I'd say maybe do the tutorial. It will help you out a little bit, but there's plenty of YouTube tutorials, including on this channel, that will help you out there. Area 18 is very much think like Blade Runner meets Coruscant from Star Wars, so it's like a whole city covering an entire planet. It looks amazing, but you don't have ground access there to ground vehicles. You only have space access, and like I said, the spaceport tends to be fairly hard to find. I do have tutorials on this channel how to find some of the spaceports. The next choice you have, you can look at Lorville. Lorville I like. It's a very dirty, dusty, barren planet. Does have ground access for vehicles, and the spaceport I find extremely easy to locate, so that's one of the better choices as well. Then you have Crusader. Crusader is like a big cloud city planet, giant gas giant, that the spaceport is getting easier to find. Once you know what you're looking for, it's actually quite easy to find. No ground access to the planet because it's a gas giant, so you can't use any land vehicles on that one. And it used to have an issue where you had no way to set your spawn in a space station up above, but now you can set your spawn on the space station. There's a new space station Seraphim there. And then the last choice would be Microtech, and I would say Microtech is the place to go. Once you've signed up, you can go and choose your place. So right now I'm currently at Bikini Point, which is a space station. So I'm going to just choose a USA server and click login here. Microtech is where the expo is happening. Microtech, you are able to find a spaceport relatively easy once you know where it is. It has ground access and spaceport access, so it's a pretty cool location, and I would suggest for a new player right now to choose Microtech specifically because that's where the expo is. So that'll be your home base location. You don't need to fly there. You don't need to navigate there. You don't need to figure out how you're getting there. Now, you will have a ship to fly around in the game, in the Free Fly. How that works is they give you a free ship to fly around during the event. It's going to be a Drake Cutter, which is an awesome little starter ship. You do not need to buy any game package to start out and play that. And I would say don't buy a starter pack right away. Don't buy anything right away. Take part in a free fly, trial the ships, see what's going to be introduced coming out through the day. There's going to, I think, be a new cutter, the exploration cutter. Check that one out, see if maybe you like that. There'll be different game packages for sale. You will need a game package if you decide to continue on playing the game. And if not, if you thought maybe I'm going to wait, maybe I can't afford this now, then you can just wait for the next free fly. There's always free flies happening throughout the year, and so you can try again. And you already have your account, so you won't need to worry about this. So I've come out of my hab, which is in the space station here. Holding F and clicking the mouse button, you're able to like call the elevators and go through. On the elevators, I don't like this design. Buttons are on the side there. I'm going to click on lobby by holding F and clicking again. We're now in the lobby. And if you are in a space station like this space station, find a clinic like this. Look for the insurance, which is right here, and you go like this. Hold F, left mouse click again, and we're going to set our spawn, which is already done. So right now, my current spawn is at, where is it? This is at Area 18. So if I reset location and I die, I'll come back to Area 18. But I've set it currently to this station. So that means if I die, I come back to the station. And the reason why I do that is that way, if I die or if I respawn somewhere, I'm on a space station. It's so much easier to get around than on a planet, because I've come out of my habs, and then over here is where the ships are. So this is where I can get my ships. So it's so much better than going to a station. We can see we're at a planet here. We can see it out of the window there, but we'll take a look at that. It's so much faster. You don't have to take any trains. You don't have to take a lot of paths to get somewhere. You're just there. Looking here, when I hold F and click on here again, we have the Nomad ship, which is currently at Bajini Point, and we have Cutter, Dragonfly, and Aurora MR. These are all deliverable. This means I've been flying this ship in the game, and these ones I haven't taken out yet. And so any station I'm at, I can deliver them. So we're going to grab the Cutter because that's the ship that you're going to have. Going to go request delivery, go back. We've now got our Cutter. If I wanted a ship like the Nomad, if your ship gets destroyed or it's not at that location, unlike delivering, you have to claim them. Claim them just takes a while. That would take 4 minutes to file a claim. However, if I file that claim, you can see if I pay $2,650-ish, it'll only be about a minute. I'll get it. So that is relatively quick and relatively cheap. I don't know how much money I have right now, but I should have quite a bit. I do have about 300,000, which isn't a lot. If you don't want global chat like that, I just push F12, turns it on and off. I'm turning it off right now. Now we're going to go to this elevator. Any elevator here, hold F, call elevator. If you forget where your ship is, you can just look. It's shown up here, the Drake Cutter, Hangar 4. Now on these, hold F and scroll up and down to find the hangar you want, and click it, and we are on our way. You can see we're moving towards our ship. It's 200 meters away now, and this is our Cutter. It's a cute little ship. I actually really like the Cutter. I think this is a great ship. It looks dark here. If you hit T, you can turn on your headlight, but I don't really need that. We're gonna again hold F and click. We're gonna get into our ship. It's always a good idea to close your door when you get in. Doors, you can just, these ones you can just walk up to and they will open for you. This ship's got a little bed in it. It's got a little washroom around the side here. We're going to get into the front. There's a lot of little features here, little blast shields, things that we're not going to really worry about right now. We're just going to show basic piloting, and we're going to get ourselves to the expo. Hold F, click pilot seat. In we go. Once we're in, you want to get your ship flight ready. There are a couple ways to do this. The first is to hold F. And you can see we have, this is the deployer shields, we have quantum drive here, all these different controls, but I find instead of looking for flight ready, hold Alt, right Alt I think specifically, R, our ship is flight ready to go. Alt R, we are ready. Now we have N for landing gear, so if I hit F4, and if I hold Z, I can kind of check out my ship and look around. If I hold down F4 and mouse wheel, I can kind of adjust this way. That's how you control your external camera. If I hold space, I can get up. if I hold N, or not hold N, but tap N, we've put our landing gear in. And if I hold Alt N, I can request a landing, which also is request takeoff. Now, I could hold F, and I can change these screens here. This is my targeting screen, but if I put it to comms, which is there, I could also click here and request a takeoff, or I could hit F11, and I could go to friends, Virginia Point, and I could request a takeoff there. But I don't need to, because the Alt-N works just as well. So now, W, A, S, D, Q, E. Very basic, very easy to control. Mouse allows you to steer as well. If you are worried about hitting something, you can use the F4 to hit external, but this ship is so tiny, very easy. If you look in the corner here, there's a little box, scroll wheel up and down. If I put all the way down and I hold forward, you can see that limits my top speed. If I go all the way up, it's allowing me to go faster and faster and faster. It went from this green into this red. That is totally fine for your engines. All that means is you're losing the ability to control your ship as responsively as if you had it in the green zone. Now, this will be the last part. I'm going to make this relatively quick, but this is how you navigate to get to the expo if you decided to start in another location. You have to get into space. Once in space, you can set your route to where you want to go. We want to go to Microtech. That is the location we want to go. We have Hurston, Crusader, Area 18, Microtech. We want to go to Microtech. Click select route, and this is why I love the ship. Look at, it's only using 350 fuel out of its almost 2,000 fuel. This ship has a ton of range. So now that that's happened, if you look right here, there's a green triangle. If I like rotate, you see it spins around the screen. You want to aim at that green triangle. That is our location. We're going to tap B. We're going to spool up our jump drive here. While we're doing that, we can point at it, and it's going to calibrate. So the spool has to be at 100%. It is currently at 90. Now it's at 100, and we've calibrated. That also has to be 100. Now we just hold B. And we're jumping. And that's it. We are now moving through space, which also looks cool. And so we could see the planet disappearing in the background. No loading screens here. You're just going to fly, and we're just going to wait to get there. So it is a pretty big distance, but not nearly as big as Pyro, the other system that's going to be coming out next. Now, if I hit F2 again to check out this map again, we can see we are moving along. Anytime we can hold B and stop our ship and re-aim to go to a different location. These are different waypoints. So these Lagrange points have asteroids in them. There are lots of moons around the planet. So like if we look at Microtech, which we're going to now, it's got 3 moons here that we could go to. If I double click on those, each moon has all these locations you can jump to, but you can land anywhere you want on any of the surfaces. Look for hidden locations like wrecks, caves, different places to mine. Quite a few places to go. So we are going to just fly towards Microtech, and we're going to go to the city. Now on this map, when you're looking in the map here, any of these blue circles, those are the cities. Usually right above the cities is the space station we want to go to, which is Port Tressler. If you want to be the space station, they tend to be above the major cities. So the circle looks like a little target. That is the major city. So we're going to be heading towards Port Tressler. It's going to take a while. Like I said, we have 54 million kilometers to go. We're now at 53.7. So I'll jump ahead so you don't have to just see me kind of sitting here and waiting to get to Microtech. So the ship just kind of made a slowing down noise. I don't know how to describe it, but I did not record it. But we are 2 million kilometers away, 1.2 now. If I hit F4, we can see soon the planet we're heading to is going to be coming into view. So it doesn't take too long to get from one location to another. Also, smaller ships, larger ships, you can have different ships that go at different sizes. I like the smaller ships because they tend to there's the planet. They tend to cool down quicker over a jump. So once this jump is complete, we're going to have a little bit of time where you have to let your ship cool down before you can jump again. And we could just start flying right away, but I want to actually jump to the city. So I'm going to let it cool down. But you'll see here, there'll be like a red line, and it's going to cool down there. A small ship like this, it will be relatively quick, even with a large jump like this. Shorter jumps, pretty much any ship will cool down relatively quickly. But here is Microtech. big snow-covered planet. You can see here, there we are. There's the cooldown, 2.5 seconds. Not much of a cooldown at all. If you had a very large ship, this would be a very long cooldown, maybe up to like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or something like that. Looking at these symbols here, we have these hexagons. Some are dashed, some are solid. Dash just means it's on the other side of the planet. We have this square. Square means space station. There's got to be moons somewhere that I can show you. A moon is a circle with a little tiny circle beside it. Oh, if I don't point directly at it, we can see it. So this here, moon, circle, tiny circle, that is the moon Calliope? Calliope? I don't ever come to this area. I don't know how to say any of these names. We're looking for home plate, which I had seen a moment ago, and now I've already lost because I spun around, so we're going to do that again. Home plate is a city. There it is, home plate. So we look here, home plate. That is New Babbage. We're going to point there. You could aim so the planet is facing directly how you want it. You don't really need to. Hold B. We're going to fly to New Babbage. The good news is currently it's daytime, so daytime means I'll be able to show you what you're looking for, but even at night it's relatively easy to find the space station here. It does have red lights on it. It does stand out because it's an ice surface. It's on the edge of an ice lake. So we're coming into the city. If you can't jump, it means you are not high enough. You need to be high enough out of the atmosphere in order to use the jump. So even through the clouds here, it's still not hard to see. I'm going to level out, so I'm going to hit Q to roll to my left here. We have two things. If I hold or tap F4, I'll show you. We have our city here. This is the entire city, and there's an ice lake, and you can see this line. If I zoom in on here, you can see this is the city, and this is the line I'm talking about, right across the ice lake here. So over there, we're just starting to see it peek out from under the clouds. That is the space station. Easy to find, although currently underneath a cloud. Now I'm going to tap B again to turn my jump drive off, and we still can't see it there, so I'm just going to fly through the cloud. You can see your altitude on this side. I wouldn't say to mouse wheel up and give yourself the highest top speed, but you can keep it, you know, relatively mid. This ship slows down relatively quick. Once you learn, you'll learn which ships you can fly faster and slow down and brake quicker, and which ones are a bit heavy and you need to slow down a bit sooner. Any of the ships rentable that you're going to rent here at the expo, you can rent for free. You have them in-game for 48 hours, which means if you rent it at 2 p.m. on Sunday, you're going to have it until 2 p.m. on Tuesday. It's a 48-hour rental. You log off, you don't play for 2 hours, that 2 hours will pass, but it's 48 real-time hours. It's not like game days, it is actual hours. Now, it did say contact ATC to land. I'd say get closer to the space station before you do, because you want to be able to make sure you can see where you're supposed to land. You'll notice these little symbols have shown up, these little white chevrons. Those are other ships, other vehicles that are down on the ground. There's more popping up the closer I get, so probably ground vehicles like PTVs or something. There's a lot here. I don't know why everyone's parked outside the garage, but we're heading to the space station here. Still kind of covered in clouds, kind of hard to see. You're going to either be landing through the top or you're going to be landing through the side. I don't know which until I get closer. So if I need to boost, I can hold shift, and that gives me a little bit boost because I can't go full speed in atmosphere. I can also use boost to slow down real quick as well. So if I take my hand off of W going forwards and I hit boost, it slows me down really quick. But we're going to get close to the space station. I'd say we're close enough now, but I'll give you a good look at it. This is the space station looking for. Those red lights show up really well in dark. I'm going to just hit Alt-N again.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And now it's telling me proceed to my landing bay. Now, this is an issue with the game, is I wasn't as close as I could be, and I can't find my landing. Normally, you're going to get a little symbol to show you where to land, but if this happens, and this is why I didn't want to do it too close, if this happens, you need to figure out where you're landing. And so what you need to do is you need to look for open doors. There's these hangars on the side here, something like this. Those aren't opening. And there's hangars on the top. Those aren't opening. We're going to go to this side here. Are any of these opening? You're going to have to visually look for where you're supposed to land. If that doesn't happen, if you can't find them, is this one open? Okay. Are these one of mine? So potentially... This one? No. This might explain why people are landing on the ground. So this is really good. This is going to show you how to deal with this. This space station in particular has been bad for not assigning you where you're supposed to land, and the chevron is loading up. So instead of looking for the open door, I'm just going to come down and do what these people did. I'm going to fly. So we're flying down to the surface. I'm going to tap N, and that puts my landing gear down. And right here, where this train line is going under the ground, this is where you go. So hopefully they fix this in the patch. Hopefully during the expo, this is not going to be the case where people aren't able to get in the elevators. But the problem with the expo is it always leads to some bugs. But we're just going to turn around here, and we're going to fly to this location right here. And these doors are always open. So this is how you get into the expo if this isn't working. And this is why I say it's good to start at New Babbage, because you don't have to worry about this at all. So we're going to just land anywhere you want, but I'm going to land not in front of the door, so people trying to drive out ground vehicles aren't going to get have to drive around me. Tapping I can turn off your engines. Always a good idea to get in the habit of that. Hold Y will get out of our vehicle. And because this cutter is so small and so quick to claim, it's like a minute to claim, probably even less. I think the Cutter Scout is less. I'm okay with abandoning this here and not trying to find the location. This planet you can survive on without a spacesuit. However, it's cold, so you will get cold and take some damage eventually. You can see it's almost minus 70 degrees Celsius right now. So sorry, buddy, I got to abandon you. So if you have cargo, definitely do not do this because you'll lose your cargo. But since it's just an empty ship right now, I'm fine with doing this. I'm going to run into the garage here. Once I get into the garage, you can see it's warming up. Minus 40, minus 30, minus 20. We're back into a comfortable temperature. Running all the way through here. And we're going to look for the entrance to get in. And that is it. That's how you get into here, into the spaceport. I think this way? I haven't been here in quite a while. All of these should open. Should. I'm going to find the entrance. I'll show you where it is. The entrance, a lot closer than I was originally thinking. There's our ship we parked. Right in the center between those two big doors. Come through there. Come through here. We have terminals in order to store and park and take out our vehicles that we have. We don't have any ground vehicles here. This is the garage. This is where we need to go. A lot closer than I was originally thinking. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to the New Babbage Space Terminal. Once in here, we're going to go claim our ship so that it is claimed, and then that's where I'm going to end this. This is how you get to Microtech. This is how you get to the location you need to get to, and go watch how to get yourself to the expo and check out the expo. So if the doors don't open, just click doors. They'll open for you. This is ground vehicles. We don't want this. We're going to go over to space vehicles, which is this terminal over here. And from here,
welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
we're going to claim our cutter. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I can speed up to 1:07 if I wanted to. These are equipment that people dropped on the ground. If you would like some free equipment, you can either hold F on something and pick it up, or hit I and you can drag it into your inventory. This is the inventory here, but we're going to leave this stuff here. We don't need it. I'm going to end just kind of checking out the city, looking out over the city. There it is there. We were down on the ground down there. And the expo is right about here. So you can go down these steps, you can take the train and get yourself to the expo. There will be signage during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Like I said, hopefully because they'll patch it, there will also be a better landing. You'll be able to actually see your landing location. But on here, we're going to go down to the Metro Loop. Click this. It's just like how we just got from the garage, but the Metro Loop is the trains that will bring you to the different locations. And you want to get yourself to the Expo Center. So there'll be signs, there'll be different areas to go, but if you take the wrong train, just stay on it. They just run in counter directions, so going one direction will get you there. So you can see here goes Asper Grand, this goes to the Commons. I'm not sure which one gets you where you want to go quicker, so we're going to look here. We want to go to the Commons, and that will get you to the Expo Center, and then Asper Grand, then back. If you take Asper Grand, it'll go around this way. So either one, it'll be 2 stops, and you're going to get to the Expo Center. That's it. That's how you get there. Hopefully this was helpful. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to stop this here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and hopefully you enjoy the free fly, and I'll see you soon in the verse.